but evil eye can sometimes prolong certain situations and sometimes make certain situations go a different way. I used to tell people everything I was gonna do before I would do it, and I was trying to figure out why every time I did something it would go wrong, and that was because I was telling everybody else what I was doing instead of just doing it and letting my success speak for itself. Hey sis, welcome back to my channel. I'm Kayla, and on my page I talk about self-love and self-growth, so go ahead and click the subscribe button because I promise you are going to love it here. So in today's video I wanted to talk about how to step into your mysterious girl era and how to have your glow up. So without further ado, let's jump right into this video. The first step is to move in silence. Actually move in silence. Now, a lot of people think moving in silence just means, oh, I'm just not going to talk to a bunch of people. Yes, but it also means the people you do talk to, they don't need to know your every single move. I had to learn that the hard way because I am a firm believer in evil eye and the rules of the universe, and I really feel like blessings cannot be stopped, but evil eye can sometimes prolong certain situations and sometimes make certain situations go a different way. I used to tell people everything I was gonna do before I would do it, and I was trying to figure out why every time I did something it would go wrong, and that was because I was telling everybody else what I was doing instead of just doing it and letting my success speak for itself. So it took me a lot longer to get to where I needed to go because I was speaking about it every step of the way. Speak about it afterwards. Yeah, tell your story after you get there, but don't tell everybody what you're gonna do or why you're doing it, because that puts a lot of pressure on you as well. I used to tell people stuff so much to the point where if I was doing something and I changed my mind about doing it, I still did it because I didn't want to look like a fraud or something like that, even though I really didn't want to do it. So it's best to just keep stuff to yourself, so that way you can make changes as much as you want to make changes. It won't put too much pressure on you as well. You have so much pressures of the world if you're telling everybody your next move, because you're looking at them thinking, okay, they expect something of me. If you're not telling anybody what you're doing, if you're not telling anybody what your next move is, what are they gonna expect from you? Nothing. And I feel like it's better to have people surprised. You know, what's the fun in everybody knowing everything about you? It's fun to leave a little bit of mystery, you know, and I'm trying to step into that era of my life, you know, leaving a little bit to the mystery, not giving it all up at once. The next thing we are going to do is I want you guys to invest in your glow up, and I'm not even saying financially. You don't have to have a financial glow up. I'm talking about mentally and your health wise. So working out, I had to do something where I was working out every single day for 5 days a week. So Monday through Friday, weekends I had a break. Even if I was just doing simple walks, I would just make sure I was getting my body moving. Clean eating as well. What you put into your body is not only good for your insides, but it's also good for your mental. When I started eating better, I noticed that my mental health started doing a lot better. So that's really important. What you consume, drinking water. I really highly suggest take a break from consuming soda, take a break from consuming juices, because a lot of that sugar, I personally feel like can do something with your brain and kind of like mess with your mental. That's just my personal feelings. And I noticed that when I started drinking water, I just felt a lot more clean anyways, regardless. And I also want you guys to take care of your mental health. Now, a way to take care of your mental health is to heal. And when I talk about healing, I talk about personal development, and that leads us into our third step, personal development. So personal development, journaling, meditating, and praying. You don't even have to be really religious to pray. I love to just journal, and I also like to write down poems just about how I'm feeling, even if it's not good poetry. Like, I'll just write it down, and it really makes me feel a lot better. It's a good feeling when you write out how you were feeling in that moment and then go back reading it and you're like, wow, I've came so far since this day. Even if it was just a week ago, just going back to that situation and reading on it will make you feel so much better. So I highly suggest you guys start journaling and manifesting. So when I manifest, I write out thank you for, and I repeat the same thing, 5 things that I want to happen, and I write it as if it already happened, but I say thank you. So I'm showing gratitude for something that didn't happen yet, but that will happen, and I write that down until the whole page is filled up. 5 things, and repeat those 5 things constantly. I do that every single night. I also listen to a lot of subliminals on YouTube, like how to manifest money subliminals, and I know some people don't believe in that type of stuff, but I personally believe that if you are doing the work to work towards your goal and you are also manifesting, it will work. You can't have one without the other. You can't work towards your goal and in your head feel like you're not going to get it and expect to get it. And you also can't just manifest something in your head and not work towards it and expect to get it. So both of those combined, is a superpower. I also advise you guys to learn a new skill. The best thing when it comes to your tapping into your mysterious girl era, learn some new hobbies. You could start reading. I know a lot of people don't really like reading, but honestly, once I started doing that, I felt so much better. Just doing stuff that didn't involve me always being on social media or online. I'm not gonna lie, I watch a lot of YouTube, but I feel like YouTube's better than me scrolling through Instagram. I don't know why, but that's just how I feel, because I feel like at least when I'm looking at YouTube videos, I know it's scripted, or I'm watching like scripted shows, instead of me watching something on Instagram like people's lives, knowing that it's just a highlight reel, but in my head you're subconsciously thinking that it's their real life when it's just their highlight, and you subconsciously compare yourself to them. So I really highly suggest take a break from scrolling. I'm not saying take a break from watching your TV shows, watching movies, but take a break from scrolling and looking at other people's lives. Now, I want you guys to work on your confidence, and a way to work on your confidence is to find your personal style. Confidence is silent. Insecurities are very loud. So when you're finding your style, look for clothing that expresses you without you even saying a word. Something that helped me was I went through Pinterest, I went through TikTok. We're in a society that's full of like aesthetics, and I honestly don't see a problem with aesthetics, because I feel like it helps you find your vibe and what you like. And I found my style through like going on Pinterest, even TikTok, and just searching up, and you'll see people who are kind of just like you, have the same type of style as you, and you'll be like, okay, I'm gonna take from them. Or you could be that person where you just want multiple different styles, multiple different aesthetics. You could just take from those things. I'm not saying you have to put yourself in a box, but find what you like. A way of confidence is getting to know yourself. So I really suggest you figuring out things that you like, figuring out what you think looks nice, decorate your room, experiment until you figure out exactly what you like. Something that helped me is I made a mood board, and I figured out that every little picture I put has something to do with my style. It all had a specific pattern, and I'm like, okay, my eye goes towards this type of style. It's something that I like. So that helped me figure out exactly what I was into and what look I wanted to go for. The last thing I want you guys to do is surround yourself with positivity, positive people, positive feelings, positive experiences. One person I've known since I was younger always was negative. Everything they spoke was negativity, lazy, complaining, even when their life wasn't going wrong. The other person I knew was always positive, always expressing gratitude and thankfulness for what was in their life and what was to come, even when stuff in their life wasn't going exactly the way it was supposed to go. Person number one, who was always complaining and lazy, manifested sorrow and depression into their life. Person number two manifested abundance and happiness into their life. You see the pattern? Positivity versus negativity. It's time to let go of those people who constantly make you feel like you're just in a sad movie. I had those friends where every time I talked to them, it was something depressing. And I understand it's the difference between people who are going through stuff and people who just can't seem to see the good in life. And we have to make that separation, and we have to understand that you're not abandoning them, you're putting yourself first. If you're always around people who are just negative, you're going to be draining yourself, and that's not fair to you. You can't give from an empty cup. You can't expect to be giving all these blessings. You can't be expected to be in this state of positivity surrounding yourself with the negative. So I really say let them go so you can just grow, spread your wings and flow. Okay, period. But that was the end of today's video. It was how to step into your mysterious girl era, find yourself, glow up, move in silence. So I hope you guys liked that video. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.